to help out a lot, especially with the roach support. Going to go ahead and chase this lone colossi down, and he does not fall. He hid in the bushes. There he goes. Finally dying off. These stalkers doing whatever damage they can. They have to blink on out. And actually, Stephano looking pretty good there. Didn't really lose too much in economy, as you said. He bought himself a lot of time with Tails having to hack through that jungle, as you stated. And it looks like he's going to go ahead and try and take down this fourth in the top left corner and go into an even later game. This is so awesome, man.
You know, I love the decision from Stephano. As you said, to make all those spine crawlers, he went for that really, really quick Broodlord, and he knew he was going to have a point of vulnerability before those Broodlords came out.
Yeah.
And Tails probably would have sniped that gold if he hadn't made those spine crawlers, killed a ton of units, but because of those spines, this is what Stephano uses spines for. Anytime he sees a need to buy time. So against Terran, he builds them at his expansions for drops, so he has time to get there. Against Protoss, he uses them in the middle of the map when he's going for these weird, really fast tech options that, you know, he may just need to buy 30 seconds or something because he'll be vulnerable to an attack. So used them perfectly there. And one of the things that he forced out of Tails was Tails missed an entire round of warp-ins there. And subsequently pulled a ton of minerals because he was just so busy microing with his stalkers because of those fungal growths.
Yeah, so some great play from Stephano there as well as Tails. But here we go. We're getting straight into the late game where we're getting to the 200 mark for both players. As this fourth gets on up, we're expecting probably another push from Tails as he is now maxed out 200, high number of stalkers, grabbing that 4 pylon, so he'll be ready to go. A little bit of a roach run by to this bottom left corner, going to try and break down a couple of gateways, but there are 3 photon cannons here that can do a number of damage, and as well as slow down Stephano, so Tails can get his army in position to take that out, as we do have attack to the left, and as well as some roaches progressing around the right. We're just going to go ahead and blink on top of those roaches. No problem, man. Bloody mess everywhere. Literally lit up those roaches with that colossi beam.
Yeah, you know what? Stephano throwing away those roaches because he's going for this endgame style that we have been seeing a lot from him lately. There's not many great counters to it. We saw Kiwikaki use a mothership Archon toilet, but Stephano going to move in here with all these blink stalkers, and there are so many broodlords here and so many infestors. He may be able to just keep these stalkers in position until the broodlords have annihilated them all, but MVPTAiLS really needs to target down these broodlords, but these spine crawlers are just distracting so much of their attention. Tails quickly plummeting 50 supply there in a heartbeat, and while that's going to let him spend a lot of his excess money, he did not kill many of the broodlords.
Yeah, some great engagement for Stephano there. He had roaches sitting underneath those broodlords as well as infestors, and whenever MVPTAiLS went ahead and said, oh, I'm going to go ahead and blink underneath these broodlords and try to snipe them, roaches were there to meet him up, and of course those roaches really do a good job of messing with that stalker AI, so the broodlords have a hard time of getting focused down by the stalkers. They do actually blink into the top right corner, go ahead and going to cancel out this hatchery, and I think he's going to go ahead and get it. Yes, he will as it falls down. There are a couple of lings and roaches here to go ahead and kill off the small amount of stalkers, but definitely worth it for Tails there, as his fourth did finish up, and he kind of wants to keep Zerg at this point where he's only on a few bases. If we look at the natural's about to be saturated, the main is about to be gone as well. The third down here getting really low. We're going to need some kind of a couple of hatcheries going up for Stephano if he wants to keep with this type of style, unless he's going to go for a death push pretty soon, which I totally think he should. He's starting to get pretty high on upgrades. Oh, just kidding. He's only level 1 on Carapace. That's interesting. I wonder why he's so low on upgrades, as more Broodlords are warping in as well. And look at this. Tails just already getting so close to that 200 mark again.
Yeah, I'm looking, you know, Stephano's macro really keeping up to par. 95 workers to the 69 of Tails. And Tails keeps moving out in these little engagements and just trading armies some, trying to keep the Broodlord count of Stephano under control. He's got these colossi now. That is so many colossi, and there are not many corruptors for Stephano. I don't actually know if there are any. He may have morphed them all into Broodlords. And these colossi are going to shred apart those infestors and let these blink stalkers potentially. Look at how he puts the corruptors in the front of the army, so that's what the broodlords are hitting. He doesn't mind losing these colossi here as long as he kills the infestors, because the blink stalkers can then ravage these broodlords. But with those infestors here, Stephano can just kind of kite the stalkers with his broodlords while fungling the stalkers with his infestors. And it's been killing Tails. He hasn't been able to snipe these broodlords, so trying to use these colossi now to deal with these infestors, but he honestly didn't kill many there. And I don't think Tails knows what to do against this mass broodlord infestor composition besides go Void Ray, which I'll tell you, with these extremely nice air upgrades that we're seeing out of Stephano, just about to wrap up +3 air attacks, corruptors get cleaned up, or mass corruptor, mass brood will clean up a lot of Void Rays pretty easily.
Yeah, we do look like we might have another engagement as well. The Infestors leading in for us, getting a nice little fungo down on those Colossi, trying to get the Broodlords in a point where they can do a lot of damage. So many Broodlords falling out right away. There we go, one more fungo on top of those Stalkers, and we do have some nice little bit of a center step micro, if you will, from the Broodlords, if that is possible. And we do have a huge number of Stalkers falling, and Stephano just go ahead and keep macroing up an army behind this. When will he go ahead and push across the map? That 5th in the top right corner was taken right away, so Stephano has his hatchery finally up, checking out the drone count. 83 to 69 as well. We do have another next speed taken out here in the bottom left corner. We might get to the point where all the bases are going to be taken. We might get to a war of attrition later on in the game. These guys,
I feel like
this
could be like mined out situation.
Yeah, both guys are doing a really great job of kind of retaining most of their army. We see Tails losing a lot more in these engagements, but for the most part, retaining a good amount of his army, running back home, maxing back up the 200 mark, and trying to do some kind of damage. It looks like he wants to go ahead and blink up to the top right corner here and do some kind of damage, but there is a wall of spine crawlers here to greet him.
Stephano using these spine crawlers to basically make it that MVPTAiLS can't push into him, but Stephano can't push out because Tails' composition is just too good, and his upgrades are fantastic. And, you know, anytime that Stephano pushes out, the Colossi are dealing with the Infestors so well, and then the Stalkers to deal with the Broodlords. And we're kind of seeing a little bit of a stalemate situation, but the hatchery is sniped for Tails, and this could be somewhat rough for Stephano, because he needed that to support his economy, and we may see Tails begin to really lay the pressure onto Stephano and continue to try to deny this expansion while trading units nonstop, because Tails is having no problem securing his bases. But Stephano has been losing this extraneous expansion here, this 6th, and Tails may choose to take advantage of that and just pressure a little bit. But there are so many spine crawlers here, I don't know. I feel like the engagement's maybe a little too cost-effective for Stephano for it to be worth it for Tails.
I think someone said
it's such a tough situation,
I think someone said it best in the chat. This is really looking like Kauai Rice versus Stephano once again. Oh, I'm sorry, Kibikaki. If I could talk. But yeah, as we do have a huge amount of Broodlords and some Infestors underneath them. You can barely see them. Yeah, there we go. Some camera work. You can see a couple of them, and they're breathing. Have their breathing apparatuses ready to go. They've been scared a lot in this game, and they are kind of old because they've been retained for a while. Some more High Templars are actually be morphing in for Tails over here, possibly going this Archon route, although I would love to see him stay with Sonic Storm. Yes, he is. He has Sonic Storm on the way, plus that level 3 ground armor being ready to go. It looks like he wants to expand once more in the bottom left corner, but that Overlord is there to deny that. He laughs and giggles. I just denied your Nexus. I want to note something, though. When Stalkers blinked into this hatchery in the top right corner, Tails did a great job of not engaging those spine claws. He just blinked right past them, got into the back end of the mineral lines, if you will, and did a lot of damage to the drone line, as well as killing off that hatchery with taking minimal damage. Just some great usage there of his blink Stalkers.
Yeah, this is really rough for Stephano. He's got 69 workers to 69, but look at the amount of money that he's pulling right now. But he just can't push against the army of Tails. It is so strong. There may be a timing here before Storm is completed, or before these High Templars have enough, I guess, because Storm is about to finish. You know what? Storm's done. High Templars are ready. And we even see Tails getting ready to move out. I feel like there may have been a timing window for Stephano to push in there, but now I just don't know. You know, he's going to lay Storms down, and oh my god, those Broodlords taking so much damage right there. Wow. Now Stephano's got to be careful, you know, because Stalkers are going to be able to kill these Broodlords with ease.
The level 1 Flag Carapace helped out Stephano so much there. I would like to see him continue with that upgrade. We do have Zerg level ground Carapace on the way in level 2, but that really dampers that Psionic Storm as we have a blink on top of the Broodlords. Look at that, keeping the Infestors in the background. They're going to do a lot of fungals here. Just a little bit of dancing back and forth. Broodlords nice and spread out, though. A nice little concave, really minimizing that Psionic Storm. And look at that, the whole Stalker army is ravished to pieces. A lone Colossi stands. He is killed as those Broodlings are nipping at his heels. There's only a few more Stalkers up here in the top left corner and a few more Colossi as well. Another Fungal goes down as well, and this may be very well the dash push here from Stephano.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Stephano take this game, guys. Tails not using his Colossi to target the Infestors. That is the entire reason that he made these, I believe, and, you know, he's been killing Broodlings with them. Consequently, looks like he's gonna lose this game. There are so many Broodlords here, and I don't think Tails can make enough Stalkers, in all honesty, to deal with this Broodlord count. Out of Stephano, there's still so many Infestors left over. Infested Terrans being dropped to ravage the prone lives of Tails. And I think, guys, this series is gonna tie up at 1-1. Some disgustingly incredible play out of Stephano this time. He had a really hard time dealing with that composition, the Colossus Blink Stalker, but once those High Templar came on the field, Stephano split his Broodlords with beauty. and then just destroy that Stalker army when Tails blinked in by fungal growthing it, and then those Broodlords just had the most perfect surround ever.
Yeah, just a really great concave, as we saw, just getting as much damage out as possible. Here we go. I think Tails going to try to hold on to this base down here in the bottom left corner. The Broodlords making their way on over, and again, the hide and Fester count. Roach is leading the charge. Nice little fungal there. Going to force Tails to go ahead and engage here. He doesn't want to lose any of his army. There we go, engaging right away. The Broodlords, though, leasing so many Broodlings on top of the Stalker Archon army, though, and just doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Some more Zealots warping it in, though. Is going to go ahead and even Neuroparasite, one of those Archons, just trying to turn his own brethren against him, and again the Archons are trying to take on the Roaches. They are doing a nice amount of splash damage. Holy moly, is Tails going to hold this? It does actually look kind of close there, but there we go. The Broodlings chasing away the Lings. He's going to get the high ground advantage here and try and snap a couple more Infestors. Tails being resilient here.
I mean, look at the resources for Stephano. 10,000 minerals, 3,000 gas. To Tails' 100 minerals, 900 gas. Stephano can reinforce this all day with any unit in the entire Zerg arsenal. He's going to take this game off Tails. There is no way Tails is coming back from this that I can see. And I think, guys, we're going to move to a Game 3 with 1-2-1.
Stephano's so sure that he's won this game. He is such a confident player. Look at that, even throwing a hatchery at the gold. Has a macro hatch in the middle of the map as well. Just he really thinks he's in a great position. Tails knows it as well. GG. Stephano will be advancing 1-1 to the next game. Game number 3. I'm telling you, man, it's going to be a 4-4-3 series, dude. Just, some great play. Nothing too crazy from these guys.
You know, those engagements were so close every time, and then finally, Stephano found that edge in that one engagement where Tails just blinked in to literally a concave of Broodlords. You know, a lot of times we see Broodlords like they throw their Broodlings at the Stalkers, hit the Stalker in the face, the Broodling kind of falls down into a mass of other Broodlings and isn't actually attacking the Stalkers. But with that concave where he had his Broodlords scattered out because of the Psy Storms, the Stalkers blinked into the middle of the concave, and it was literally like every Broodling that was being thrown was meeting a Stalker after it hit the ground. And those Stalkers fell in seconds.
Yeah, they really, really did. I'm going to get the scoreboard up because I don't have it. Because I fail. Do you have it with you? Can you send it to me on Skype?
Yes, sir.
So we can get that scoreboard on up.
The starboard. Here you are, my friend.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Oh no, Skype keeps... Oh, I can't...
It's in the Dropbox, right?
There we go.
Oh,
I don't know. Here, I'll send it to you.
That's why you're awesome, Kibbles.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bum.
There we go. We're going to go ahead and get the scoreboard up so you
Thank
guys...
Riot Neeb Saga for that, sir. You know, there's no time of day that water tastes as good as when you're casting.
That is so true, man. Okay, so let's go and get the scoreboard up really, really quick. Gonna go ahead.
Guys, I'm Kibbles casting today with Robin. This is Stephano versus Tails. It is pure epicness.
It is such a great game so far from these two players. We are now 1-1 in the series. Gonna go ahead and get this scoreboard up for you guys. My apologies, I didn't have it ready to go, and then we will start up game number 3. Just so you guys know, we are now at 1-1 in the series. In the meantime, if you want to follow Playhem, you're more than welcome to. We appreciate you guys. We do a show match every Sunday. It's almost as epic as this. 30 seconds and counting, and then I will have the scoreboard ready to go. Why is Skype so bad at transferring stuff?
I don't know, man. It is sometimes, though.
It is. It is quite
Mordian just linked me my theme song. I'll have to check that out later. I'm trying to look at it right now, but it's got a really long introduction. GSL Terminus SE, guys. I think this is the version with... Oh, my God. Wait. I need to ask...
Need to ask what? Need to ask what? Ooh, there we go. I think I have the scoreboard. What do you need to ask? You gotta tell me. You're so bad at typing.
This version of Terminus, man. Yep. I cannot multitask at all in terms of communication. Typing while talking is virtually an impossibility for me unless I'm like singing a song or repeating the same word over and over.
Oh dear.
But we're looking the version of GSL Terminus. This version has no rocks at the third, which, as I understand, is a really old version of Terminus. The newer versions have rocks at the third, and I know that is the version we normally use, but Ryan telling me that this is the version that he says is the newest version, he thinks.
Awesome. Okay.
So Looks like check 6 Pegasus. What's up, dude?
What's up, Pegasus?
Came in second place yesterday in the finals. Actually,